to another edition of A Dose of Positive. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to establish a winning streak. And there's no better time or day to be shooting this video than right as the Super Bowl is taking place. Unfortunately, I did not grow up in the United States, so I don't have the same affinity for American football as everyone else, but if you do hear cheering in the background, my roommates are watching the Super Bowl, and I hope it's a great game and may the best team win. With that being said, this does lead into our topic of the day, and I was actually inspired to do this particular topic because I had a lunch date with a friend and mentor of mine a couple weeks back, and we were talking about our New Year's resolutions and goals, and he shared with me that he really doesn't like to set New Year's resolutions, but rather he establishes goals that he would like to develop into habits, and he tracks his progress and essentially establishes winning streaks. Now, we were actually specifically talking about Fitbit, which we both have a Fitbit, and he said that he had had the streak going for so long now of getting 10,000 steps a day, and it was a personal momentum for him because if he didn't get that 10,000 steps, it would break the streak. So he was talking about how the night before in his hotel room, he'd been so crazy busy that day that he hadn't been able to exercise, and he was about 2,000 steps short of his 10,000 goal. So he got his sneakers on, he got his clothes on, he went downstairs to the gym to make sure that he hit that 10,000 steps so that he wouldn't break the streak. And I thought this was amazing. So I was like, man, this could be applied to so many different things. And in my research, I found this amazing article, so I'm actually going to read a little bit from it. Now, this particular example does talk about establishing goals related to fitness and health, but you can apply it to any goal that you have, okay? So looking for a motivator that really works, something sustained, consistent, and positive, consider the streak. Streaks are motivational powerhouses, small daily and weekly goals that help launch your health and fitness program and keep it alive. Continuing a streak, whether it's tracking your food every day, doing 10 minutes of daily exercise, or drinking an extra cup of water, gives you the kind of satisfaction and motivation that will build confidence and momentum and fuel your journey. Here's how it works. Set a definite time period for your streak, such as I'm going to cut out soda for a month rather than leaving it open-ended. If you reach that goal and want to continue the streak, just keep it going with a new goal, or move on to a streak on a different topic if you like. Start with something you feel sure you can succeed but don't already do regularly. If the idea of doing something every day is intimidating and stressful, try a weekly streak, such as I'll walk 3 times a week every week for 2 months. Keep track of the number of weeks in a row you reach this goal. Reward yourself along the way as you reach streak milestones, especially when you reach your streak goal or a personal best. Create positive peer pressure by streaking in public. Telling others of your streak will help you follow through, plus it gives you the opportunity, or them rather, the opportunity to help. If you miss a day and break your streak, don't worry. Just reset your counter and try to outdo yourself next time. Streaks aren't about perfection, but doing better. And I thought this was a great article. I'm gonna link it down below. And in talking to my friend about this, I related and I was like, wow, you know, that's like the compound effect. And he said, yes, absolutely. So if you haven't read The Compound Effect by Darren, it is an amazing book that really talks about how the daily habits that you build up are really what lead to ultimate success. And one of the pages that I tabbed, it's page 112. I wanted to read for you guys the power of consistency and how he spoke about that, because my friend, when he was telling me about how he sets these goals, he explained that it wasn't really about how long you keep the streak going that proves your success in developing a habit, but rather how quickly you rebound when you break that streak. And I thought that that was amazing that he mentioned that, and I found a great example in this book of exactly what he was talking about. The section is called The Power of Consistency. I've mentioned that if there's one discipline that gives me a competitive edge, it's my ability to be consistent. Nothing kills Big Mo quicker and with more certainty than lack of consistency. Even good, passionate, and ambitious people with good intentions can fall short when it comes to consistency. But it's a powerful tool you can use to launch the flight towards your goals. Think of it like this. If you and I flew planes from Los Angeles to Manhattan, but you took off and landed in every state in between while I flew straight through, even if you went 500 miles per hour in the air and I only traveled at a rate of 200 miles per hour, I'll still beat you by a big margin. The time and energy it takes for you to repeatedly stop and start and get back to momentum makes your trip at least 10 times as long. In fact, most likely you wouldn't even make it. You'd run out of fuel, energy, motivation, belief, will, at some point. It's far easier and requires a lot less energy to take off once and maintain a regular speed, even if slower than most everyone else, all along the way. Now, I thought that was so good, and hopefully you guys relate and are like, wow, yes. That's the nugget that you needed to help you guys establish some goals, streaks that you would like to set for yourself. But before we get into that, we've got our quote of the week. Small daily improvements are the key to staggering long-term results. Now that we've had that awesome quote, it is time to track your progress. So I did do some research because I was like, there has to be an app for that. And there is. There's one called Goal Streaks. It's on the iTunes store, and I think it's about $4 to $5. There has to be free versions though. So if any of you know of any other versions where you can track your goal streaks or habit streaks, please leave them in the comments below so that others can benefit from that. Otherwise, you can do it the old-fashioned way and just get a calendar and X all the days where you have continued your streak and leave the days open where you broke the streak and see how quickly you can rebound, right? Remember, that's where the true success lies. Now, as a real quick recap, the challenge for this week is to establish a goal, right, for yourself. And it needs to be a daily or weekly goal that you don't currently do consistently. You need to set a time period for when you want to achieve this goal. Streak in public, don't forget to do that. So share it with your friends and your family to help keep you accountable and so they can help support you in that. And then do not forget to reward yourself. And I always encourage establishing what the reward is in advance so you know what you're working towards. Hopefully this has been helpful for you guys this week. I'm so excited to hear about all the streaking that's going to be going on in the coming weeks and months. I hope you guys see a tremendous amount of success in 2015. I also want to give a shout out to Scott Ingram, who is the gentleman that I had lunch with, and this is his phenomenal book called Making Rain with Events. He is incredible, if you can't already tell. So thank you, Scott, so much for inspiring me to do this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. Bye.